I'm gonna spend 100 days in PIXELMON on the Anubis MC server, where my goal is to become the Pokemon Master. But in order to achieve my goal, I would first need to complete these 5 challenges. First, I'd need to gather up an elite team of Pokemon, get them all to level 100, catch at least 3 legendary Pokemon, and 1 shiny Pokemon, and finally, I need to beat my rival on day 100. Will I be able to complete all of my goals and become a true Pokemon Master? Well, let's find out. And before we begin, make sure to subscribe and comment down below for a chance at winning a rank as well as some exotic eggs. I started my PIXELMON journey by joining the Pika City server, where I was given the choice of choosing regular or custom starter Pokemon. I was very tempted to choose a custom starter, but I ended up choosing Chimchar as my starter Pokemon. I had to spend some time exploring the spawn to see what this server would offer. They had this huge marketplace, this crate area, and these hunts which I doubt I'll get too involved in. But after a while, I decided to download the dedicated mod pack, because it gives you a free Master Ball and access to a daily spin where I already got a shiny key. Out of everything, I did end up getting a shiny Silcoon, which was really disappointing, but I guess I'll take it. It was time to set out into the wilds, and it only took me a minute to discover that I could teleport into the Ultra Space dimension. All I really did here was jump around and explore the Ultra Space until I finally warped back to the overworld. I decided to dedicate my time beating up wild Pokemon to level up my Chimchar, and in the process I got these random crate keys, and other than some random rewards, I did end up getting another Master Ball. 3 days in with 2 Master Balls. I was clearly meant to be the Pokemon Master. And it was today that my rival Traceful finally joined the server. We had a Pokemon battle where I won to no one's surprise. And then we kinda just traveled together, exploring the world of PIXELMON. There was also this really cool feature on Anubis MC where you could morph into Pokemon, and I tried to use this to prank Traceful. You should catch this Pokemon.
I watched you transform.
Hey yo bro, I'm just a wild legendary. Hey, I'm Guzzin over here. Anyways, after some training, I was able to evolve my Chimchar into Monferno, as well as my shiny Silcoon into a shiny Beautifly. I then set out to find a nice spot of land, which is where I would claim and start building my base. I was pretty happy with the house I built, definitely an upgrade from my past bases. Moving on, I did some exploring in the wilds and found a Team Galactic hideout where I would find an Arc Chalice, which would help me in summoning Arceus. But I moved on from that and found a ship in the sky. I was pretty curious to see what was on it and found a couple of Team Plasma Grunts, a few chests, and N himself. When I become much stronger, I definitely want to come back here and fight him. I concluded my exploration by scavenging this desert temple, where I would find myself a GS ball. This would allow me to summon Celebi from an Ilex shrine. All I had to do now was find it. So I went on a scavenger hunt, trying to find an Ilex shrine, which usually spawns around in the plains biome. To help me on my hunt, I caught myself a wild Murkrow, and with the help of a kind stranger, I got myself a Duststone to evolve it into Honchkrow, and used it to fly around, helping my search, but I'll be honest, I couldn't find it at all. And instead got completely sidetracked by this world boss that spawned. It was a Mega Sableye, and I thought I had the right team to take it down, but I did end up losing. This made me reflect on my team's strength, and thought that I would instead use this time to hunt down different Pokemon I was sure would make my team strong. I then also focused on training my whole squad up, and was super happy to see my Monferno evolving into Infernape, and my new addition Gible evolving into Gabite. But going back to another world boss, this time a Mega Latias. I was very confident, but still no match against such a strong Pokemon. So I knew I needed some very strong Pokemon of my own, and when I checked the Pokemon marketplace, I saw legendaries for sale. but the cheapest one on there was a Zapdos. I was pretty broke and needed at least $60,000. At first I was lost and had no idea how to get money. I mean, I literally entered a bastion to try and find chests with items to sell, but most surprisingly I came across a shiny Sableye, marking off one of my challenges I had to complete. With the struggle of money at an all-time high, I at least got myself a park ball from the daily spin, fueling me with enough positive energy to try my hand at this Pokemon event. Apparently it was called the Fish Bug Competition. Not knowing this was a typo of some sorts, I tried fishing, but that wasn't getting any points. I then caught bug-type Pokemon like Surskit and Dewpider, which actually worked and gave me points for the event. I continued this until I ended the event with 2nd place and got myself an Ultra Key as my prize. Of course, I only got a couple of tokens. I started this day off by looking through the gym leaders on the server and realized they were meant for more endgame players. But still I decided to challenge at least the bug-type gym leader, only to get completely wiped out. I moved on by participating in another Pokemon event again, when I randomly got a shiny key in the middle of it. Oh yeah, I also got 2nd place, earning me tokens again. I also opened up the shiny crate and got a shiny Reller, which was literally the poop bug Pokemon. I was so annoyed that I just ended up wonder trading it away and continued looking for ways to earn money, such as these Pokédex milestones. So I went on a bit of a catching spree, got first in another Pokemon event that happened, getting myself a Master Key, which actually just got me $100,000. This was enough to buy myself the Zapdos, and now my team grew even stronger with this legendary Pokemon. But since I got pretty close to 10% of the Pokédex, I resumed my catching spree, even finding this special textured Azumarill that I thought looked pretty cool. But finally, I caught 10% of the Pokédex and claimed my rewards. And from the crate, I was able to get myself a random shiny Pokemon that ended up being a shiny Kirlia. It was also at this point that I was able to take down a level 100 boss Pokemon. My team was definitely getting stronger. So to test my strength, I wanted to challenge the Battle Tower, but I encountered a problem. It seemed that Gabite was banned, so I had to make a last-minute substitute with this Dolliv and actually got through the first trainer, but sadly lost right at the second one. I didn't let this loss dwell on me, and instead wanted to go into the Ultra Space Dimension to hunt for some type plates so that I could hopefully summon Arceus. To wrap up my expedition, I found a lot of loot, but none of it were type plates, so I guess that's off the table. Going back to spawn, I found this shop that actually sold an Ilex Shrine. It was right there and I could have my own Celebi. I wasn't too far off, only needing around $80,000. So to earn money, I started some of these quests, and especially focused on the mining quest, as it was pretty easy to complete. I still needed more money, so I continued through the different tiers of the mining quest, and the further I went, the more time it took to complete. So I moved on to the Pixel mining quest, which was a lot easier to do, as it was just about mining the special Pixelmon ores like Ruby and Sapphire. It took a long time, but I was finally able to buy the Ilex Shrine, and was massively disappointed when I needed even more money. I was kind of lost for a moment, but thought that I would just continue the Pixel mining quest line as it proved to be easy to complete and rewarded me with lots of money. But eventually I had to take a break from all that mining, so I wanted to try out this Pichu hunt that I kept seeing at spawn. Apparently these Pichus were hidden all over the server, and I had to try and find them. After getting all 25 of the Pichus, I got myself a shiny key, and I was not expecting this at all, but I actually got myself a shiny Suicune. This was incredibly lucky, really boosting my emotions, and thought that I'd give the Pikachu hunt a try. This was a harder scavenger hunt than Pichu, and rightfully so. I was completely stuck on the third Pikachu for hours. I genuinely felt insane not finding this Pikachu anywhere, and this would prove to haunt me for the future. But for now, I took a break on what was meant to be my break, and continued my Pixel mining quest line again, completing yet another tier, but still not having enough money to summon Celebi. I really had to grind for this mythical Pokemon. And before I do that, I was put into this random sumo event that I thought I could win. However, my internet did not agree with me, and I lagged my way out of the competition. Back near my base, I found this Mega Pidgeot boss. This was perfect for me to fight with my Zapdos, and I was actually able to beat it, earning me a Mega Stone and a Mega Ring. This would allow me to Mega Evolve and finally use Z moves on my Pokemon. After destroying 2 more Mega Bosses back to back, I started the Planter questline, which was all about growing certain trees. This was by far the easiest quest to do out of all the others, and I was able to earn enough money to summon and catch Celebi. I dedicated this next day to training up my Pokemon, getting Gabite to evolve into Garchomp in the process. However, I saw stacks of rare candies for sale, and I was kinda broke from the Celebi hunt earlier, so I grew a couple of trees real quick, finished another tier of the Planter quest, and was able to get myself an orb as well as the rare candies, which I used to easily level up my entire team. And that's when I came face to face with my rival again, Traceful. Together, we joined forces to take on the Pichu hunt for him first, where he got his own shiny rolls too. But now it was time to work together to finish the Pikachu hunt. It took us hours, but we were able to finish the hunt with our sanity still intact. I got myself a shiny Cottony and gave my other shiny key to Traceful since he didn't get any, and he got himself a shiny Bastiodon. We took a look at the Raichu hunt, which was way harder than the Pikachu hunt, but then thought maybe we shouldn't. We went our separate ways, and I started battling this world boss all on my own. I racked up 69 kills on it by myself and took a great look at my team to realize I was missing a key element, which was Pumpkaboo, my favorite Pokemon. I spent the night hunting where it should spawn, and instead defeated not 1, but 2 Mega Boss Venusaurs. And still no Pumpkaboo. Checking my Pokédex again, I was close to getting the next reward, so I thought why not, and went across dimensions catching Pokemon with relative ease, finally getting 20% completion on my Pokédex and 3 random TMs from the Master Crate, which kinda sucked. But hey, this time I participated in a world boss with actual people by my side, and together we were able to take it down and get an Ultra Key as my reward, which just gave me more tokens. Still though, I felt my team really improved, so I went on to challenge the Battle Tower one more time, this time getting higher than before, but I still ended up losing. This wasn't all bad as today I found a wild Pumpkaboo. Sorry Celebi, but my priorities were in order. I also took a trip back to the airship I found way earlier, and thought I had what it took to take down N. It turns out that I still didn't have the team, so just out of pettiness, I beat up all other Plasma Grunts on the airship. Traveling back to the marketplace, I crafted myself a fire orb, and also bought myself a shrine in order to summon Moltres, since I still needed to catch one more legendary Pokemon, not counting Celebi since it's technically a mythical. All I had to do now was beat up 375 Pokemon, which of course takes a very long time. But I was able to fill it up and summon Moltres. With all that time spent, I just threw a Master Ball and finally had 3 legendary Pokemon. For some reason, when I logged on today, I was all alone, so I used this to my advantage and got first place in a Pokemon event. I ended up getting lots of money and used this to buy myself some level balls, and thought, yeah, why not use these and get 30% of the Pokédex completed. I mean, I do get a random shiny Pokemon as my reward, and we know that anything is possible. So I had to hunt in really obscure places for Pokemon I haven't caught yet. Oh look, a shiny Miltank. But anyways, I got 30% of the Pokédex and got another shiny key. I had high hopes for this one and got myself a shiny Hitmonlee, which honestly wasn't the worst Pokemon out there. With my team basically all set, I thought I'd give it another go and battle some gym leaders. Although I lost, I was pretty close with the Bug Gym as I defeated at least half of its team. After that, I wanted to get myself a Meltan. The materials were quite expensive, but I entered the Nether and started mining for ancient debris. It took a while to gather all the ancient debris, and luckily I could just buy the Nether Star, but unfortunately it seemed that the mystery box was banned on the server. To be fair, it does balance things out, otherwise players would have a million Meltans. But suddenly this world boss Regigigas spawned, so I tried to take it down, but I was all alone. So after defeating it a few times, I made my way back to the other gym leaders and tried to take them down again. It did not go so well, but hey, someone else took down the boss, and I got myself a free boss key. I did end up getting another shiny Pokemon. Now with only a few days left, I thought I'd give fishing a shot, hoping that I could fish either a Greninja with Battle Bond or Protein. The rarest Pokemon I fished up was probably the Swampert, but that's about it. In preparation for the final battle, I started building the arena. I really liked how it turned out and was ready to beat my rival. So to prepare, I went on a gym leader gauntlet, trying my best to take down the strongest NPC trainers on the entire server. Not only did this help me strategize to take down some strong Pokemon, but it also gave me a reminder that these gym leaders were just way too strong. I mean, just look at some of the Pokemon I had to go up against. After going 0 for 18, I only had 1 day left to look back on how far I came since the beginning. I was confident I was gonna be Traceful, so I let the day tick over, until finally, it was time for the final battle. Come on, do that tech. Jeez!
Absolutely
No.
cooked, mate.
Shoo! Yeah, that was just wiped out. Woo! I'm switching my Pokemon. Go, Pumpkaboo!
Are we allowed to use potions and that?
You just revived your Pokemon. What the heck? Let's go. Is this your last Pokemon?
Oh wait.
Dang it! What the heck? This is not fair anymore. Yes.
There you go.
The most scuffed battle.
GG.
And just like that, I have beaten my rival and completed all my challenges. Thank you for watching and subscribe for more 100-day videos.